Oh, y'all thought we wasn't gonna check in today? Is that what you thought? Yeah, we late, but sometimes it's like that when you're great, you know what I mean? All praise is due to Allah, Allahu Akbar, who is most great. Speaking of which, before we get started, y'all know what's up with the God. We're going to start with the Fatiha. This week, I'm going to say it in Arabic, inshallah, mashallah, feasibilillah. Kul a'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim wa lad-dallin. Amin. Subhanallah. Yeah, man, we tapped in, like I said, E.T. Ali. Y'all know the vibe. Salam alaikum to those that know they right from they left. You feel me? Y'all know what it is with me. Like I said, a little late today. You know what I'm saying? I had some business to tend to and a couple of things that, tried to distract me, potentially, but small things to large kings. You know how it go. So, yeah, before we get started with our subject today, you might could see it if, you know what I'm saying, you paying attention. Before we get started with the subject, I'm going to do like I normally do. Exclusive Black Dollar ENT music. This one is called 48 Bar Getaway. It's off that Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. In parentheses, I am the culture. Let's go. Let's get the energy. Hold on, bro. Inshallah, you can hear that. Yo.
They on the highway, the hill with no brake pads. I keep a smile on my face, let them stay mad. Joke a laugh, but I'm Bruce Wayne, straight cash. This instrumental is a play, time to break fast. Earth, Wind, and Fire samples, let me demonstrate. It's like they with me on stage, and I'm sitting sad. The king of the jungle, but they want me in the cage. I'm just a renegade, channeling my inner rage. I'm eating rattlesnakes on my honey badger shit.
In real life, I'm hard to kill on some savage shit.
I'm spitting biochemistry, my flow is hazardous. Since a baby, I've been in the dungeon where the dragons live. Immaculate when it comes to survival tactics.
Flipping out like Simone Biles, gymnastics.
I need that Olympic gold medal on the campus.
Niggas say I'm spastic, like it not when I'm rapping.
Punchlines like a magnet.
Law of attraction, repelling all these peasants. They don't get the satisfaction of getting close to a real G. Gotta feel me.
They be playing dirty
and the game is so filthy. Entertainment, I'm not an entertainer. I do not divide my paper, no remainders. In the Bible, we say you should love thy neighbor. But we in the Persian, I'm surrounded by haters.
Denzel Washington, I am the great behavior. The creator created me to be the savior.
Right.
Part in my behavior, I know
it's unorthodox, but the closest ones hate you the most if you know what or not.
They can never take me alive.
It's such a feeling. I be on my kamikaze bombs in the building. I'm killing everybody except the children and the infants. A black man is God, hey, you niggas sacrilegious.
48 bars,
my posture on monster.
Flow so proper, nigga.
I go bonkers, I'm anti-social, you're socially awkward.
Niggas look puzzled,
and I don't play crosswords.
I will put your ass in the box, I really mean it. Every day niggas get shot, it's over free. 21 gun salute, let your allegiance.
You grown mans crying like babies when they teething. I am Willie beaming on some indie giving Sunday shit. Muhammad Ali on some rumble, young and rumble shit. This is not K-Dot, I'm not on no be humble shit. More like Pac, middle fingers to the government.
In the last days, flesh and blood will betray. I'ma stay solid to the grave from the grave. I remember crying at night, praying for shelter.
It's a cold world, even when you in the desert.
Bitch, I said it's a cold world, even when you in the desert. Niggas don't hear me though.
They don't hear me though. In 216 Kaya Slaughter County, Thieveland, Ohio, they call me the head honcho. Don't get it fucked up. Blessed by the very best. Real shit. Fuck. Niggas already know the count. If it's up, it's up. Niggas already know the count. If it's up, it's up. Kaya Slaughter County. I'm the head honcho. If I give the order there, bring your head pronto. Bring his head pronto. Bring his head pronto. They crown me head
honcho. Kaya Slaughter County, I'm the head honcho. If I give the order there, bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. You already know the count, it ain't nothing to talk about. They fragile as a sandcastle, fold them like a dollhouse. Disturbing my serenity, get you turned to a memory. See, I'm my own entity, you don't wanna be enemies. Opening the burger business just in case they want to be. Treat them like halal and they get slaughtered like cows meat. Kaya Slaughter County, I be eating like a farmer though. Lining anybody up, they treat me like a barber, bro. Make me go barbarian, my money vegetarian. I got a lot of horsepower carrying this chariot. Please make no comparisons, I'm king of the jungle. They love me like young dolphin, I'm Nipsey with this hustle. Rest in peace to them both. In these streets, I'm like the Pope. Rumble, young man, rumble like that man who did that rope. But the new Muhammad Ali, they call me Muta Ali. I'm feeling like Elijah with a whole nation behind me. It ain't no weekends at Cleveland, that's our motto. You chickens getting waffle, we serving you like Roscoe's. Cleveland, no hydro, I'm the head honcho. If I tell them bring it here, they'll bring it to me pronto. Kaya Slaughter County, I'm the head honcho. If I get the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. Kaya Slaughter County, I'm the head honcho. If I get the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. Yeah, I got them mob ties. In these streets, I'm Jay Prince. Rapped a lot since 05. The game ain't been the same since. Them big wheels ain't turning. That bright paint be swerving. Police know we strapped like the military service. Dismember your person. If I catch you lurking, I put some bread on your head. They bring me my purchase like Amazon delivery. I'm in my prime, literally. Causing a disturbance. Robin Hood of the century. No, I'm far from perfect, but guarantee you remember me. Rappers looking nervous, rather swallow blast and mention me. Never take me off my purpose. I'm the most elite MC. Make me close your curtains. Crowd screaming, boom my yeah, Ali, Ali, boom my yeah. Like my drop from Judah say, rappers on they zab Judah. Me, I'm on my money mate. Weather wait, better wait. Fresher God bless you, kill you in the snowstorm and catch a flight to great weather. They make me go gothic. I'd rather spit the gospel. Third eye stay open while these rappers wearing blindfolds. Kill them with my eyes closed. I'm the head honcho, savage like Randy. Man, I'm so macho. Kaya Slaughter County, bitch. I'm the head honcho. If I get the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. Kaya Slaughter County, I'm the head honcho. If I give the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. Hey, don't get it fucked up. Blessed by the very best. Real shit, fuck up. Niggas already know the count. If it's up, it's up. Niggas already know the count. If it's up, it's up. Kaya Slaughter County, bitch. I'm the head honcho. If I get the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho. Kaya Slaughter County, I'm the head honcho. If I get the order, they'll bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Bring it here pronto. Move to Ali, they crown me head honcho.
If the lion is the king of the jungle,
Listen.
how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. You can't be the fastest because that's a cheat. You can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest or fastest or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? It's an attack. That's the only difference in a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, two things too much. The elephant thinks too much. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas. But I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
Black Dollar Vibes. You already know the count. Yeah, man, yesterday was Valentine's Day. I released the last project on the playlist that's available now. You feel me? She loves me not. 9 records long, you know what I mean? This one I released, like I said, yesterday, Valentine's Day. I usually black out on the videos. This time I gave you a visual. So if you ain't heard it, go tap in. It's in the short selection. You know how YouTube do. Click on shorts, you'll see this. You know what I mean? It's another one up there and more on the way. You feel me? Like, share, subscribe, all that. You know what I'm saying? You know YouTube, we don't do this, man. Like, share, subscribe. You feel me? That's really though. Huh? Salam alaikum, beloved.
Shot of my salam, I pray your brothers all my pain. It's raining in my own, say that's the best time to pray. Allah drop blessings in the rain, and when it rains, it falls. I pray you feel these 32 bars from my heart to yours. Speaking of art, I swear on the storm. Thinking out loud, I don't know what to do. There was no fury like I'm in that storm, so God bless the man who standing on truth. Searching for sun like trapped in the storm. Nobody win when the family times. Told you before, you the one that gets door, and you know that my heart belongs to you. I wrote this poem, I pushed in my more, but I couldn't wait till I got in the booth. I'm having drinks, so I'm getting my queen. She in the dress and I'm in the suit. She is the answer, I give the proof. I give the patience, she doing suits.
But she know I don't have patience, I don't like waiting. She got me blowing the goose.
She indecisive, that is abuse. Playing for keeps, I'm refusing to lose. Nothing too short, so I'm standing tall. Gave it my all, what more can I do? Yo, this evening I'm repeat.
It's E.T.I.Lee. I'm thinking, what more can I say? Box of chocolates, tailor-made for your taste, and not just on Valentine's Day.
I'm sending this for more than the kiss. I thought a love was more than a kid.
Ecstasy, when you lay next to me, you get the best of me. I swear it's more than just bliss.
Every apology come from the heart. On these beats, I'm doing more than just art. I do not care if we get on the charts. I'd rather be with you walking in the park. I feel like no, I'm building the art. Don't be like lost for killer sword. All of a sudden, hearts get shattered like glass and everything falling apart. Separation, I'm slipping apart. Negligence, that's all over apart. I swear that love's to make you look dumb. Just when you thought you was playing smart. I know your tears, I just from my soul. Writing these songs and writing these songs. Praying on laws, you both of our wounds and put it together back where you belong. I think about you that's every day. I'm praying for you, babe, when you away. All of these women are pushing away and I'm wondering, babe, if you do the same. Don't run away and don't push me away. If you leave, I won't beg you to stay. But the truth is, I want you to stay. I know that I love you and that won't change. You pop with the force through the papers away. I pop with the force through the papers away. Both of us clearly must be insane. All over at the wheel and show us the way. I think you're going crazy. Black Dollar. Happy Valentine's Day and all that.
You feel me? Yeah, man. So like I said, we in full effect. Black Dollar Vibes. Y'all know the count. Y'all know what it is. You should anyway. What we gonna do at this point is what I always do, and that's tap in with the instrumentals. You feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and let these beats play while I speak my speech and state my piece. You already know what it do. But yeah, the subject is the revolution is not an event. It's a process. And that's really though, that's big facts. You know, we've been sitting back, you know, letting people do what they do and all of that. And it's cool. It's entertaining, you know, but it's the difference between this and that. And like we say in the streets, this ain't that. So we gonna go ahead and hit y'all with these superior facts one time. Let me try to get the levels adjusted. Bear with me, y'all know the vibes. I think that's cool. I don't think that'll be too loud. Like I said, beloved, the subject for today, the revolution, not an event, it's a process. You feel me? And in this process, we doing the best we can to make progress in a world where they want to hold us back. You know what I mean? They don't want us to embody greatness. They want to try to encapsulate what we call Black history into the time frame and the constructs of American history. But if you know, like I know, You feel me? If you ain't just crawl from under a rock, you know what I'm saying? Or if you got a little bit of seasoning on you at all, you know that Black history far predates American history. Before America, North America specifically, was made a sovereign nation, we existed and had many nations and civilizations that had risen, that had fallen, mothers and fathers of civilization, mathematics, science, engineering. We could go on and on and on. You know what I mean? You should know at least that much. And if you don't, you're going to have to do that. You know, you got to do that leg work on your own. You're going to have to, you know, get in your 10,000 hours on your own. I ain't got time to break it all down here today. And even if I did, you couldn't bear to hear it. You wouldn't just listen, you know, to all which that entails. But one thing that we do know, many nations and civilizations rose under us. See, to try to regulate or reduce Black history to American history, you gotta write people like Mansa Musa out the history. You gotta write people like Shaka Zulu out the history. You gotta write people like Hannibal Barker out, you know. So many great ones that came historically and that changed the course and the direction of humanity as we know it. Black history is world history. And the reason I'm saying all of this is because what they would like to do is convince me and you that everything we worth and everything we've been through is all purely as a result of them. The social engineers of today and the founding fathers of yesterday. Like we just have no merit or no means of justified existence without American history. We predate that, far predate that. You see what I'm saying? The revolution never has, never will be televised. Superior facts, you see? Because you gotta ask yourself, what is the real phrasing and terminology from which television derives? Tell, lie, vision. Again, this is nothing new. Anybody that study 5%, or you call yourself God body, or you with the Nation of Islam, or you pro-Black and you conscious, listen, man. This is known information. We've known this for far too long to be inactive. Long live the spirit of the ancestor, Gil Scott-Heron, who told you the revolution would not be televised, who told you niggas is scared of revolution. Not only told you, but showed you. And now fast forward to today, they want to uproot everything that, you know, our elders and our ancestors said in the name of following these Johnny-come-lately Rudy Poo jabronis and my Dwayne Johnson boys, you feel me? Got me feeling like the Rock in here. You know, the man in black is back, you feel me? Sometimes when they can't trick you off the streets, they'll try to knock you off your game, but a lame is a lame, it's all the same. Small things to large kings, Muta Ali over everything. We here now. And like I said, the revolution has never been and will never be televised. Not only is it television, but you gotta ask yourself, who is the TV programmer? Who is the social engineers? Who control the network? Who cutting the checks? Who the $1 billion boys, you know, behind the scene? The Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. You think that they would allow something revolutionary to play out that would incite the people to real revolution, to real action, that produce actual results in the real world that we live in by law's permission? There's no way, family, that your enemy would ever allow the revolution to be televised on their TV screen. So you mean to tell me your enemy is going to allow you to have a revolution on his platform? I mean, I know they said common sense ain't common, but come on, brothers and sisters, I'm going to need y'all to lock in till it's time to lock out. Black history predates America as a sovereign nation and the history of America. So when they try to handcuff us to American history in the name of telling us this is what Black history is and this is the extent of it, what they actually doing is they saying, bro, your whole history is being a slave. Your whole history is being a victim. Your whole history is being under our foot. Your whole history is the crack of the whip on your back, which is where the term cracker comes from. Shout out to all of the white people that got love for me or that call themselves being allies with me, because they know that what I'm saying is true. The term cracker, we didn't call white people cracker because they're pale skinned like a cracker. Oh, you thought it was because you resembled a saltine? What is this, Ritz crackers? No, we called white people cracker on the plantation because of the crack of the whip. You know, the bull whip that dismembered and disfigured so many of our ancestors, among other barbaric acts that they implemented and subjected us to in the name of them building the free world and the new world for their benefit. That's where the term cracker comes from. So even when Black people use the term, you're referring to white people in a space of like superiority. To even call them a cracker, it's like saying they trying to victimize you or you feel like a victim of circumstances. See, words have meaning, words have power. Spelling, like casting a spell. We got to be mindful of what we speak out of our mouth. You feel me? So even when you look at the term cracker, like I said, that was because they were implementing a bullwhip mentality, a slave driver's mentality. That's where that term came from, not because you're the complexion of a cracker that you eat. If you know, you know. So when they handcuff us to American history and say, oh, this is Black history, and we're going to give you Black History Month. Shortest month of the year, same month where they have the Grammys, the Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend, Valentine's Day, President's Day, all in Black History Month. A 28-day month, 29 days in a leap year, which is every 4 years, same every 4 years that the election falls on. You think that's just a coincidence? To handcuff us to American history and say, oh, this is Black history. You know what they're doing essentially, family? They're saying you know more than a slave. You, me, we, us. They're saying that we are no more than the chattel slaves that they had regulated us to be. Your history, my history is much richer than that. Even the white man's history predates America, which is why we call them Europeans or descendants of Europeans. But they really had their start in what we now know as the Middle East. If you know, you know how they had to travel across the burning sand and the holy people ran them out of the Holy Land because they were mischief makers. And they set us against each other and shed blood, so we ran them out of there. Why you think they got our people doing all these rituals today? It's retribution for what we quote unquote put them through. So be careful when you talk about Black history, because Black history predates 1555, which is when slavery actually started. They told you 1619, but it's called the 64-year lie. If you know, you know. If you don't know, look it up. The 64-year lie. In 1555, John Hawkins, under the guidance and tutelage of Queen Elizabeth of England, started this slave crusade in 1555. So whether you want to say Black history predates 1555, or whether you want to say Black history predates 1619, you can't put a date on Alpha and Omega. That's my point. The black man was the original man, the origin from which all things derive. The black woman was the black womb of space that birthed what we call the God. Out of triple darkness, according to the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. By the way, shout out to everybody that's going to be tuned in next week for Savior's Day. Assalamu alaikum to the knowers and the believers. Ramadan is around the corner. Shout out to everybody that's not being tricked off the streets. Shout out to everybody that's not being knocked off their game. Shout out to everybody that's putting their best foot forward, doing their due diligence. Because this thing of ours called Black History, we make a mockery of it every time we engage in the shenanigans that they got in February. Black History is too big for February. If we call a spade and a blade, how can you reduce us to 28 days when we not only built America, but basically every civilization that you know about historically? Because even the ones we didn't build, where did the builders get the blueprint from? Where did the founding fathers get the blueprint from? When you look at the architecture and the masonry and the blueprint of the buildings in America, you know, the White House, you know, all of these buildings that are supposed to hold great value and importance. They got that from Kemet, or what we now know as Egypt. From the mathematical structure from which they erected these buildings, they got that from us. So even the nations, and we know we built America, but even the nations we didn't build, where did they get the blueprint? Where you get that shit from, boss? Huh? You got it from the mother and father of civilization. For the black man and woman is God. Shout out to those on the check-in. Kingsman Foxy, Peace Familia, you know what I'm saying? The Golden Child Party, they asked, am I part of the Black Panther Party? No, not exactly, not in the traditional sense. But what I'm saying is we predate all of these entities and organizations. The organism we are predates all of that. But to answer your question, no. I'm not in the Black Panther Party, but I have a great deal of respect and I have affiliation with them. But I'm not on paper a part of that movement. But we all is in the same movement. Just like when people talk about the Nation of Islam. I'm not registered in the Nation of Islam, but you can't say nothing crazy about the teachers to me, unless you want an issue. You see what I'm saying? So same with the Moorish Science Temple. They try to create all these barriers and division between Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Black Panthers was birthed from the Nation of Islam, if you know, familia. Originally, the Black Panthers were called Malcolm's sons because they were directly inspired by Malcolm. Who inspired Malcolm? Who taught Malcolm? The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's all the same thread. You see what I'm saying? You had people all throughout the movement, whether it was the Dick Gregorys of the world, whether it was the Kwame Toure's, aka Stokely Carmichaels of the world, that might not have been directly affiliated with the institution or entity, but they was boots on the ground. You see what I'm saying? Until Allah called them home and they had to give up the ghost and they entered the ancestral realm. And shout out to you know what I'm saying? Everybody on the check-in, familia say they original. You know what I'm saying? We are the original man. So you right, brother. As long as you standing on your square original thought. And shout out to you and you know what I'm saying, that whole movement. Whichever chapter you represent, because I don't know what city and state you in, but we know that movement was bigger than just one city, state, and region. So my point is, don't get caught up in all of the shenanigans they got out here, all the trick knowledge. Black history predates America as a whole. The civilizations that we constructed and erected predate America as a sovereign nation. We know this. You see what I'm saying? And then we spread throughout the world and brought this knowledge all over the place. That's why you can find pyramids all over the planet. You can find pyramids at the bottom of the ocean, on the ocean floor. Pyramids aren't just in Kemet or in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, just be mindful of that, you know? And this is a process that we're embarking upon. It's not an event, it's a process. So when you see, you know, it's a difference between a riot and a revolution and a smoke screen. Just know the difference, family. Because they'll pour maple syrup on shit and tell you it's pancakes. You feel me? Most righteous, we all are. Like I said, original man and woman, that's where we come from. Cosmic energy, I embody that. And in this thing of ours, there's no big I's and little U's. You feel me? So in the name of staying focused, we gonna stay focused. You know what I'm saying? On the subject at hand, which is Black America, as we know it today. We cannot acquiesce to what the construct of America is telling us to do. Just because they want to define us and embody us and, you know, handcuff us to slavery, we're bigger than slavery. We're bigger than whatever stigma and stereotypes they want to put on us. We're bigger and better than the school to prison pipeline that they have for us and our babies. I was just explaining to my son today, in the midst of all of, you know, the action and activity that I had going on my way today, that in the 90s, I grew up in the era where they had the 3-strike rule. And they'll send you to prison for the rest of your life for charges that wasn't even violent, per se. You see what I'm saying? Where you trying to get some money. Granted, we don't condone selling drugs nor promote it, but we don't endorse them starving our people either. Redlining us, ostracizing us. You know what I mean? And all of these things that we know historically they have done. Most righteous, most righteous, most righteous. Yeah, and I mean, that's cool too, because we could all say that we all derive from royal bloodlines. You know what I mean? So with that being said, shout out to the Panthers. Salam alaikum to the nation. You know what I mean? Shalom to the Hebrew Israelites. Peace to the Moors. But more importantly, when we all gonna come together? Because we can say, yeah, my group is bigger than this group, and we did There would be no Black Panther Party without the Nation of Islam. That's a fact. So while we talk about bloodline, let's talk about the historicity of where things derive from. And then let's talk about the difference between what was and what is. Because all of these entities, whether we want to talk to Black Panthers or whoever, they still falling for the okie doke. You know, like that bullshit ritual that they had for y'all on Sunday. Yeah. I would say shout out to the NFL, but nah. See, I'm really on that. Let's not talk about I'm from this group and I'm from that group. Did you watch the Super Bowl on Sunday? Because if you did, you're part of the problem. I wouldn't give a damn what royal bloodline you claim to be from. Are you part of the solution or part of the problem? You see? So Black history predates all of this. And for them to have a spectacle where they making mockery of me and you in the name of the revolution is going to be televised. Black people, wake up. We cannot continue any longer, any further to let these puppets and puppeteers play in our face and mock Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahu Akbar, who is most great. How can we, as servants of Allah, the Most High, whether you want to call him Yahweh, whatever you want to call the Most High, you see what I'm saying? I refer to him as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We claim to be believers and knowers, but we letting these people play in our face. That's all fine and good. So while we claim to be so conscious and revolutionary, are we allowing our energy to be used by them? Because if so, you part of the problem. And it comes a point where we ain't got time for all this empty rhetoric that people be doing. What's the agenda? What's the program? What can we do to, you know, uplift your movement, you know, and contribute and give energy to that which is in all our best interests? Because the Super Bowl and all that nonsense, the Grammys and All-Star Weekend, you name it, that ain't benefiting me or you. And then they'll put somebody in our face that's supposed to represent us who really don't represent us. The revolution can't be televised and niggas out here wearing bell bottoms and hip huggers. What part of the revolution is that? The revolution's being televised, but you got on grandma's pants out the back of the closet? What we talking about, man? The most revolutionary part of that whole event was the brother that had the flag for Gaza. Because interestingly enough, and this is what we really need to get to, while they was having a Super Bowl and conducting a ritual and hypnotizing and rocking niggas to sleep in the most elaborate, spectacular way, I must give it to them, they was also declaring war on Gaza and Sudan and all, you know, literally invading and planning the attack. While niggas is talking about they not like us. Doing this in our name. Trump is at the Super Bowl. We never seen this before. We never seen a sitting president go to the Super Bowl. So if you look at all of the symbology and all of the things that they was doing, bro, they playing in your face. Can Buddy rap? Yeah, he can rap. He's a good rapper. I wouldn't say he a top MC, but he can rap and he's definitely a product of corporate interest. I'd rather listen to him than Billie Eilish or whoever the hell. So shout out to him for that. But let's be clear, this ain't that. Because what these guys do, these puppets, these Pinocchios, them and their handlers take notes from the brothers and sisters like me with this energy. And then they do their best jigaboo dance rendition and they go up on their stage and they platform and give you their variation of consciousness, their variation of spirituality and call it woke. All while mocking the revolution. No, I'm doing more than that, beloved. You can meet me in my city and we can compare notes. You feel me? Yeah, I've been active for a long time. I've spearheaded organizations and all of that. I put people in position and all that. I've traveled this country doing what I'm doing and saying what I'm saying. You're not even showing your face. And even if we did regulate it to talking, I'm quite sure I talk and walk better than you. So either sit calm like a TV show or go find something else to do, like hit my Zelle or go to hell type thing. You feel me? Because what we not going to do is argue in the chat. You came to see me. I ain't coming to see you. Floyd Mayweather voice. So with that being said, shout out to the real Panthers out there, not the keyboard warriors. Because I must have struck a nerve. Nigga, if you watching the Super Bowl, you're part of the problem. If you talk about what niggas did in 1960, you're part of the problem. If you want to get on here and tell me about some royal bloodline, like we don't all come from royal bloodlines, and it ain't no mystery in my history, you can look and see what's what. You part of the problem. You can Google and research anything anybody does. So if you look up Fight for Right, Wisdom Community, Young Leaders Program, Black Dollar Edutainment, you're going to see the work that I put in. You see what I'm saying? Huh? I press politicians. I done sat with the chief of police. I done sat with the best of them and smoked the rest of them. Figuratively speaking, YouTube. You know, sometimes we just got to make an example out of people that want attention. You feel me? Go find something to do or be a janitor and go find something to screw. You feel me? Because this is part of the problem right here. And like I said in the beginning, when they can't trick you off the streets, they want to try to distract you. But they always fail miserably. Huh? Days of our lives, story of our life. So yeah, like I said, Black history predates all of this of what they call America. And those of us that walk the walk, bro, you can see our footprints in the sand. You can follow our tracks. We done blazed the trail. You can tell the difference between those who's talking and those who's walking and those who are phenomenally good at both. Huh? If you know, you know. You can tell the difference. So like I said, all of y'all that, you know, want to regulate Black history to American history, you part of the problem. All of y'all that want to say Black history started with the slave ship and, you know, chattel slavery and Plymouth Rock and the plantation and, you know, shout out to the ancestors, but Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Nat Turner. You ever found it interesting that they'll teach you about Nat Turner, who fell victim to the slave master, but they never tell you about Bass Reeves, who overcame and became a free man, and then not demanded but commanded respect from the oppressor and the quote-unquote slave master? Why you think that is? Why you think they choose people like Kendrick Lamar instead of the Lupe Fiascos of the world? The Ariana Ali's of the world, the King Loses of the world. You know why? Because they play it safe and we don't. That's what this comes down to. See, anybody that have been in the trenches and then been putting work in, put their life on the line, you can see it in their eyes, and resumes don't lie. That's facts. People that you may or may not think got power and substance, get in my presence and freeze up. I'd have had the mayor asking my advice. So what do you think we should do, sir? What you know about the mayor of your city knowing your name, face, and voice? And your son's name, face, and voice? Because you that active and you pressing them. Councilmen calling you like, can you help with my campaign? Organizations from youth ministries to 501c3 asking you to come and get your sweat equity and energy. Niggas don't be knowing who they talking to for real. See, these are the type of niggas that like listening to Buddy, the little leprechaun, the little leprechaun from Compton. That type nigga, you feel me? But like I said, this ain't that. So let's be clear about what we seeing and what we hearing. The revolution ain't never been televised, and it ain't gonna be because the white man suddenly told K-Dot he could get up there and do his jigaboo dance in grandma's pants. That's facts. You see what I'm saying? And you know, I know some of y'all because people got a messiah complex. So anytime somebody black stand up and white people say it's okay for you to clap for him, you're allowed to cheer for him. Suddenly these Negroes like, you better not criticize him. Well, nigga, I'm criticizing you and him. From Obama to your governor to your mayor, ain't nobody off limits. Huh? Come on, man. We know when a nigga made in a lab and when it's real like that. Tupac Shakur, Nasir Jones, we can name them. So many greats. Rakim, KRS-One, never got a Pulitzer. But little leprechaun from the hood get a Pulitzer. A friend with weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with gold is the best, I'm told. Face ass nigga. He's the first rapper to get a Pulitzer, and niggas on here talking about what they talking about. Nigga couldn't probably do 50 push-ups and look me in my eyes. Like I said, the revolution ain't never been televised. You heard me? Yeah. And I represent the real energy of Gil Scott-Heron. The revolution ain't never been televised, and niggas is scared of revolution. Huh? Look him up, Gil Scott-Heron. Somebody else who was talking and walking. You see what I'm saying? See, these are the ones that they would like to write out of Black American history. They don't want you to know about those of us that were the builders of civilization, those of us that built the pyramids. Like I said, the Mansa Musas, the Shaka Zulus, the Hannibal Barkers, they don't want you to know that. They don't even want you to know the Delbert Blairs of the world. Sheikh Anta Diop's, Dr. John Henrik Clark, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Carter G. Woodson. They don't want you to know them. You think they want you to tap into a time where you were much more than a slave, and the idea of chattel slavery was so foreign to you, you couldn't even fathom what they had planned for me and you? Not to mention our women and children too. Come on, man. What we talking about? So, as a black person in America, if you choose to allow your history to be isolated and ostracized to American history, that's your business. Just know everybody's not dumb. Just know it's brothers like me out here that's smarter than you. Just know it's brothers and sisters too out here. We ain't going with you. And that's just what it is. I don't give a damn how loud white people say you could clap for Kendrick Lamar. Huh? That's facts. And when you look at the whole plot of it all, they really did one of the biggest psyops in history with this election, with that fake ass rap beef, with all these wars that's going on, and all of the things that they're still thus doing under our nose. Like I said, while niggas was cheering for the Super Bowl, talking about they not like us, they were attacking indigenous nations in our name. And they got Kendrick up there with black people in red, white, and blue, looking like we support what they're about to do. But if you wouldn't have been watching the Super Bowl and paying attention, you might could have saw it. And if we stood in solidarity, we could object, if not protest, with demands. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, we don't get these results, we're gonna withdraw our energy from here. We're not gonna spend our money there. We gonna boycott this. You see what I'm saying? So while niggas is talking about the Panthers, let's get to that. See, these are things we've done. I was there when Farrakhan said, up with Jesus, down with Santa. And we put a dent in the economy. I was there when, we was boycotting the NFL because of how they killed the Mike Browns of the world, the Sandra Blands of the world. I was there. And so many others that they killed. I was there. So just because they gave Jay-Z a job and put him as the token court gesture over the other court gestures, now niggas going back to what we were supposed to be boycotting. These niggas will let you down. See, that's how I know the difference between a nigga on the keyboard that's just trying to get some attention and a nigga that's really out here. Because if you really out here, you know that what happens is these niggas will try to discourage you. They cheer for the opposition. They don't want no smoke with their oppressor. But the real freedom fighters, the real marchers, the builders, the destroyers, the scholars, the teachers, the future of the next generation, they want to stop us because they too lazy to get off their ass and do today what they claimed they was doing yesterday. These are the type of niggas that watch the Super Bowl, not just this year, but every year. I came home from prison in 2012, Super Bowl Sunday. It was February 4th. I come home, my brother's with me. Shout out to Jason, you feel me? Salam alaikum, Ram Nate. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the fam. They got, the festivities. Ain't nothing like a nigga fresh out of jail, right? Yeah. So they got stuff for us to indulge in, smoke a little bit, drink a little bit. I'm in my early 20s at this time, 23 to be exact. Of course, they gonna have, a party type atmosphere, so it's women around. The Super Bowl on. I've been sober the whole time I'm locked up. I'm out here, I get geeked, I fall asleep. I wake up like, who won? That was before Kaepernick. I have no vested interest in anything that they got going on as far as the slave plantation. All it is like when they used to take black men on the auction block and say, look at how big and burly he is. Oh yeah, I want such and such for him and such for her. And come on, man. So while they was rocking y'all to sleep, they also was declaring war in our name. And these foreign nations are gonna look at us, Black America, like we on board. Cause Kendrick and them dressed in red, white, and blue. Making it look like we down and it's all cool, it's all to the goodie. Nah, it ain't. I'm not going with you. I'm the only artist I know on the internet and in the booth talk about free Palestine. The rest of y'all is cowards as far as I'm concerned. Name another rapper that said free Palestine. Lupe might have said it. Shout out to him. Salam alaikum to Lupe. Can you name anybody else that's saying free Palestine? That's speaking out against domestic policies that we are subjected to and the foreign affairs that they got going on over there? No, definitely not old boy they had at the Super Bowl. See, the leprechaun from Compton, he ain't gonna never say it. It's a difference between us and them. Big difference. And the reason why they put them up there is because they've been sold they sold long time ago. They tell you in their music. What type of nigga tell you he not a savior figure, which he's not, and then dress up like your savior figure, which he's not? What type of nigga get on stage in a crown of thorns, imposing blood on himself with a microphone in his hand, telling women it's okay to get abortions? And niggas talk about the revolution will be televised. He said it's the right time, but you got the wrong guy. You goddamn right. Revolutionaries don't wear bell bottoms, sir. I don't even think the female revolutionaries do. They had this nigga, they had SZA up there looking like Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller, and this nigga K-Dot looking like the broad that was in the video with her. Facts or no? Facts or no? But the revolution will be televised? No, long live the spirit of Gil Scott-Heron. That said the revolution will not be televised, and it will not. I would say those of us that's blackballed, but see me, I'm not blackballed because I'm not even trying to be in the industry. I'm perfectly content being independent, being able to say what I want, wear what I want, go where I want, do the music I want when I want to, affiliate and collaborate, associate with who I want to. Nigga, I would never denounce Minister Farrakhan for a Crackers record deal. Are you dumb? But that's what these niggas do. And then as soon as the white man break them in half, because when white supremacy done with his toys, they discard you. These niggas always run the Farrakhan. When they catch a charge, when they get labeled an anti-Semite, when they get attacked in the physical, when they get set up or accused of sexual assault and all of these. Come on, man. They come banging on Farrakhan's door. We don't believe you. Your mama couldn't birth enough people, you fool-ass nigga. Let me use a definition of terms. I know some of y'all think y'all are smarter than thou, and nobody can teach you anything. But the word for the day on this Sabbath day, this Saturday evening, is synchronicity. And one of the definitions for synchronicity is the idea that seemingly unrelated events happen at the same time and have a meaningful connection. Let me read that again. The definition of synchronicity, or one of the definitions, I should say. Synchronicity, the idea that seemingly unrelated events happen at the same time and have a meaningful connection. So somebody might say, what did the Super Bowl have to do with the Sudan and Gaza and blah, blah, blah? Yeah, exactly. Situations that seem that don't have nothing to do with each other, but really have everything to do with each other. When we saw those brothers in the 60s at the Olympic with the classic pic with the black fists up like this, that was a real symbol of revolution, and they didn't say anything, they demonstrated something. They also didn't go like this, they went like this. Why? Because this is some neo-Nazi shit. See, when the black man declared a revolution and we do that black power thing, we stick our fists way up like that. Like a winner being crowned victorious. Like a champion being told, here go the belt. That's black power. This is some neo-Nazi, huh? That's something else. That's fascism. So when you saw the dancers around Kendrick like this and Trump like this, everybody's not dumb. The rest of the world is looking like, oh, the black Americans that were once so revolutionary, who were oppressed and went through everything that they should have never had to go through, now they have Stockholm syndrome, and they're going to stand with the oppressor against the rest of the world, against every other sovereign nation, particularly the indigenous nations, that have resources that America won't. So while niggas up there telling you to be humble and sit down, you might want to be bold and stand your black ass up. You feel me? Cause wallahi deen, I'm not going. I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they... And we've been smoking your favorite rappers for the longest. This ain't nothing new. Fuck all that be humble, sit down. You might want to be emboldened and stand upright. Like the righteous servant and vessel of Allah that you was called to be. Huh? It's bigger than a sporting event. Coon ass nigga. That's really though. You know what else is interesting while we talk about synchronicity? How many of us artists that didn't kiss the ring, that stayed true and really put black history in our music, whether we trying to get those platforms or not, they don't let us on them stages. And how ironic or coincidental is it that the same people that blackball us will then put a rapper like Kendrick Lamar in place for him to steal ideas from artists like me? You can't tell me Kendrick Lamar is not King Los's clone. Stop it, bruh. Shout out to King Los, by the way, who shouted me out recently and who had a phenomenal freestyle where he told the dude, what is it, LA Leakers, whatever that show is, say a word, say a phrase, and I'ma just freestyle about it. Homeboy said Big 3, and he got the rapping circles around these niggas. Something that we've never seen any of the so-called Big 3 do. Niggas got ghostwriters and more shit. Shout out to Absol. Shout out to Quentin Miller. Shout out to all of the producers that J. Cole stole production from. Him and his crew. Your Big 3? These niggas more like the Three Stooges, big dog. Huh? Larry, Curly, and Mo face ass niggas. Huh? What's the... Oh, a wise guy, eh? Face ass niggas. Yeah. Facto. We speak about, like I just referenced this synchronicity and defined the term. What about the fact that every year up until last year, from 2014 all the way up until last year, every time I went to drop an album, they sent J. Cole out to drop an album. Matter of fact, I could show you better than I could tell you. Bear with me, I will return briefly. Give me 15 seconds or less. See, they might hate it, but Allahu Akbar, God is the greatest. The year that I released this project, Truth Be Told, Not Sold, Part 1, I released it July 4th, 2014. Ironically, it was the same day my little sister was born. The thing about it is, right, J. Cole came out with an album that same year. It was called Forest Hills Drive. This nigga's doing the exact same thing I'm doing on my CD cover. I went back to the house in the neighborhood I grew up in. I was, back. This is my first project back from prison since I took Shahada. So I'm like, wait, on a different journey now. They got old boy looking just like me sitting on the top of the joint at the Forest Hills Drive. Stole the whole concept for the album. This is the back cover. Track list, you see me in sajda. That means I'm in prostration. That's what we do as Muslims when we make salat. And above my head is one of those hovering aircrafts or one of the wheels, or what y'all may call UFOs. Huh? Yeah, so I've been on that. And that's just one example. The same thing happened with the False Hope album I did. He comes out with For Your Eyes or For Your Eyes Only, whatever that shit was. And basically tried to usurp my whole concept again. Did the same thing with KOD. I'm dropping Truth Be Told Not Sold Part 3. Did the same thing. When I dropped Mixtapes and Heartache, he dropped the same week. That was in 2021. So last year when I'm dropping I Ain't Buying That Shit, and he talking about the fall off, I start bombing on shit. Yeah. Because those of us in the underground who didn't just sit quietly and let niggas stomp all over our release date and all of that, we the real reason why niggas had to do that fake ass beef. How you wait 15 years to finally have a battle when you on the tail end of your career? It's over. Oh, them crackers needed you to distract the free world and the black men and women specifically from what they was doing and about to do. They couldn't get Sleepy Joe about the ban for the election, so K-Dot go out there and sit Drake down. When have we ever seen Universal Music Group, the Grammys, and the Super Bowl all come against one nigga? I'm not a Drake fan. I don't really rock with Buddy like that. Do I like some of his music? Yeah. I got songs from Kendrick I like. I like Cole the most out of them three. I got songs from him I like. But let's not get it twisted. And my site ain't none of them like that. So you mean to tell me that while we out here moving and shaking, these people could just say, oh, yeah, take his idea, take his concept, drop the same time as him. Because when I bombed on J. Cole, niggas can say what they want about how he backed out on Kendrick. But did he really back out on Kendrick? Or was he backing out on those us and said, nigga, you stealing ideas, you stealing songs, you stealing beats, you're committing thievery in the world of artistry. All in the name of them people put millions of dollars behind you. Where's the creativity and originality? But these is the niggas that'll tell you Black history started in America. Black history don't predate slavery. Black history is we shall over and all that fuck shit. And I'm not making mockery. Anybody that was part of the civil rights movement or, you know, they elders and ancestors were, I'm not mocking. But it's time for us to stop singing about overcoming and actually start overrunning. Fuck we shall overcome. It's time to overrun. You feel me? It's time to stand up and take your rightful position in place as the king and king, the rulers of civilization that we was born to be. Regardless of who don't like it, you feel me? Regardless of who don't like it, it's time. So when it show up at your door, if you're ready for it, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get prepared. It's going to be a blessing. But if you're ill-equipped and unprepared, it's going to be a burden. It's going to feel like the whole sky just fell on your head. Yeah. So when I dropped I Ain't Buying That Shit, suddenly the fall off never, did the nigga ever come out with the album? And I said it publicly. Shout out to Thought Crimes. I said it on there. Shout out to Angry Man. I said it on there. Shout out to everybody that let me get their platform or whether they reached out or however, or my people connected us. And I was able to do my due diligence, talking and demonstrating the walking. Because track history and track records don't lie. Your resume don't lie. The facts are the facts. What's documented is what's documented. And we ain't seen J. Cole since. The beef been over. It's over. This shit been going on for 9 months. We ain't never seen. Come on, man. So don't fall for the okie doke. That's the point. On this Saturday evening, I had to tap in because normally I would have went live earlier, but like I said, I had a very eventful day. I had much to do and very little to say. And I figured at the end of the day, I'd come in and stay true to my word because I said I would. The revolution It's not an event, it's a process. And progress is a slow process. But we're in the midst of expediting because we really at the end of all of this. You see? Satan's time to rule is up. This wicked government's time is up. All of these puppet regimes that's not on the right side of right, that's not doing what's right according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your time is up. And all of you that are patriotic to the losing team, you gonna get what's coming to you. And I don't feel sorry for you. All of y'all that spend your time arguing with us, instead of standing 10 toes down for real for the revolution, you deserve what's coming to you. Simple as that. Because instead of helping us fight the good fight, niggas would rather fight against us. Because you too cowardly to ball up your fists and swing it at your oppressor. But you will condemn me. You a coward, nigga. Shout out to the familia. I'm acknowledging my enemies and I see my frenemies. Because sometimes in the words of Amerikkka, you can't tell who's who. You just got people that surround you. So don't fall for the okie doke. Black history is bigger than American history. Black history is world history. Black is not regional. Black is not national. Black is not global. Black is universal. Should we embrace and uphold our history and our sojourn here in America? Of course. But if you don't know where you came from, how in the hell is you gonna know where you going? And if you don't know where you're going, how you gonna get your children and your children's direction? For those of us that actually care about that. Let us be very clear about what is and what is not. There has never been a time, and there never will be a time, where the oppressor's sporting event is going to allow you to do anything revolutionary. The most revolutionary part of that showcase that y'all saw, which you could argue was a great performance, I would argue it was not a good performance, whether it was great or not. Great and good are not synonymous. The most revolutionary part of that whole demonstration, though, like I said, was the whole free Gaza, you know, and the flag for the Sudan and all of that. Supposedly drugged this man out the building and said he's barred from ever going to a Super Bowl event again. What happened to freedom of speech? What happened to democracy? Oh, I forgot. For all of y'all that are symbol literate and for all of y'all that study etymology, democracy, democracy, demo, demonic, cracy, rule. The demons rule. Democracy literally means demons rule. And you dumb niggas voting for democracy and talking about the revolution will be televised. Niggas talking about Drake not like us, but then Kamala could play not like us at the fucking Democratic National Convention. Sit on BET with Taraji and say, well, you know, like they say, they not like us. This bimbo ain't like us. Are you serious? And 80% of Black America, or Black men, upwards of 80% voted for her, and like 93% of the women voted for her. Black people. Am I saying that you should have voted for Trump? Hell no. Because he was going to win anyway. He didn't need you to fucking vote for him. Pardon my expression. Pardon my passion. Excuse my expression. But it is what it is. That man he was going to win regardless, with or without your crusty ass vote, nigga. Are you slow? This was planned by them and ordained by the Most High. And how the hell would all of this Babylonian shit kick off that's supposed to happen if Trump wasn't in there? Because Kamala just gonna be in there giving niggas fake smiles and lap dances. With the parties that we got in there now, we know prophecy will be fulfilled. That don't mean you gotta like him. I don't like him. I've never voted for Trump and never will. We turning down all meetings with Trump and all other politicians if the NOI can't be there. Salam alaikum to the Nation of Islam. If the brothers and sisters from the nation can't come and be in on that discussion, nigga, I don't want to talk to you. Straight like that. And remember, this is fascism. That's what Trump was doing. That's what Kendrick and this was doing. This is black power. This is black power. See that black fist? Huh? You see I got the fro. I still got my afro pick with the black fist. The revolution will not be televised. We on YouTube, but they ain't even gonna let it be digitized, really. Because if we turn up too much on this platform, they gonna shut it down. So let's be very clear. Huh? 2025, the year is here. I've been waiting on this my whole life. Let's be clear about what is and what is not. About who is and who is not. Black history, predate this country, and the future of black society is going to outlast and surpass the fall of America. Yes, I said it, the fall of America, in my Elijah Muhammad voice, in my Minister Farrakhan voice. The Bible says, come out of her, my people, for her plagues have stinked and reeked even unto the heavens. That's where we at right now, family. Come out of her. No more rituals. Don't give your energy to no more. You know how much you benefit them by increasing their ratings on the Super Bowl? Whether it was Kendrick Lamar or whether they brought Madonna's old ass out there. You giving your energy to the enemy and then want to sit and have fake congregations and shit, but you don't want to fight the enemy, but you want to fight me. Because I'm pointing out what should be obvious to your dumb ass already. It's disgusting. You're despicable. Negro, how dare you? On the lighthearted side, this that beat, you feel me? That I was using for beloved. Salam alaikum to my wife. You know, we Muslim, so we don't do holidays, but, you know, happy Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? I got to give my wife some type of gesture while women around the world are being acknowledged. So that's what I tried to do. But just like black love is bigger than Valentine's Day, black history is bigger than February. Black history predates America, and our future is going to outlast and outrun and surpass Amerikkka. Emphasis on the 3 Ks. You feel me? So if you don't like that, hey, it's a lot of people that don't like things. I don't like shit too. The difference between me and you, I'm actually doing something about it and going to continue to. How about you, fool? What you prepared to do? Are you prepared to pay with your life? Before I get off this live, I'm going to end it on this note. And y'all could say it in the comments or you could do what you do. Write your governor. When has there ever been a revolution that didn't require bloodshed? Name one. All of the countries that became a sovereign nation and took their exodus and declared their independence from a greater nation. Name a revolution that didn't come with bloodshed. Name a revolution that was at a sporting event. Name a revolution that could be encapsulated in a Super Bowl performance. From a nigga that come out every 3 years. 5 albums and like 20 Grammys. And you niggas talking about a revolution, this shit not rigged. Man, the black man is God Sunday through Sunday. It's the Sabbath and we on our way to Sunday. So assalamu alaikum to the believer and the knower. Assalamu alaikum to everybody that's gonna tune in for Savior's Day. Cause this ain't nothing new. See, that's a real process. The Nation of Islam been around 95 years this year. Yeah, that's big facts. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad been gone 50 years this year. Yeah. And the minister been on post the whole time. So I'm going to be found doing what I'm supposed to do. How about you? Assalamu alaikum to everybody that's going to be observing and trying to fast during the holy month of Ramadan. May we all have a blessed and successful Ramadan. I had to do this week because I'm a man of my word and because, you know, the timing of everything, you know, the synchronicity of everything just happening to happen. You know, y'all niggas thought y'all wasn't gonna hear from E.T. Ali, huh? Y'all know I'm outside. Y'all know the vibes. Man, Kaya Slaughter County, stand up. 216 is the land, city of God. Thievelando Hydro, huh? Well, we stand over our enemies until you die slow. See, your favorite rappers ain't coming through my city or my state, but they revolutionaries. But we go to their backyard. If you know, you know. The revolution is not an event, it's a process. This is not black power, this is fascism. This is black power. Huh? You feel me? You smell me? Do you smell what the rock is cooked? You know, Dwayne Johnson voice? Big dog? That's the actual factuals. And anything else is a bold-faced lie from a goddamn leprechaun. A friend with weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with gold is the best I'm told. Revolutionaries don't wear bell-bottoms, beloved. Mr. All Black with the straight facts is in full effect, and I had to come and speak my piece straight like that. The revolution never has and never will be televised. So if you really want the revolution, you got to ask yourself, for what reason are you willing to live? And for what reason are you willing to die? Because there's never been a revolution without bloodshed. And that's actual factuals. So next week, it's the last Saturday before Ramadan, and it's the Saturday before Savior's Day. I'm unplugging until after Ramadan. So everybody that's observing Ramadan, may you have a blessed, successful Ramadan, and I pray you come out the other side better than you went in. And inshallah, you got the same in your heart for me. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that to say, during March and, you know, Ramadan, don't look for me to be on here because I'm unplugging. Huh? And when I reemerge, be it the will of Allah, I'm coming back with even more of a full burst of steam straight ahead, straight forward, towards our goal, towards the final destination, and over top of my enemies. Allahu Akbar. That means God is the greatest. So we gonna leave it at that. See me on the other side of Ramadan. New music on the way. And I'm officially working on that new album that's coming at the end of the year. I ain't gonna release the title yet, but stay tuned. Because it gets greater later, as the wise man once says. So y'all know the vibes, y'all know the count, y'all already know what I'm all about. And if you don't get familiar, Black Dollar Familia, they call me E.T. Ali, God Body MC, 216 KING, huh? Up the way USA, where niggas die every day by some shit they say. You feel me? Kaya Slaughter County, Thievelando Hydro, Black Dollar Entertainment's Prime Minister and baby boy, be clear. And every year is our year. Shout out Salam Alaikum to everybody that's standing 10 toes down in solidarity. Y'all know what it is with me. This E.T. Ali speaking superior facts, and we gonna leave it right there, straight like that. Huh? Emphasis on superior facts. Assalamu alaikum to those that know. And just know it gets greater later. Stay solid, family. Stay solid. It's a revolution. It's not a process. Black Dollar. Holla. Big facts.